Hello, folks, and I hope you are all doing good. So, it's been a few months that I started learning Rust, and I believe that now is a good time to start making one video series on Rust. It will document my journey, and it will also help those of you who are also willing to get started using Rust. And you can consider this series more like one student is teaching other students while he is also learning, because I am by no means one Rust expert. And I hope you will like the series. And so, let's get started. So the best resource to start learning Rust is the official Rust book itself. So you can simply open one Google tab and here you can write Rust book and you will get it in the first link itself. And this is the same page that I have opened here already. Now you can read the forward section, but I will simply go to the introduction section and let's see what the Rust programming language is all about. So, what they're saying: Welcome to the Rust programming language, an introductory book about Rust. The Rust programming language helps you write faster, more reliable software. High level ergonomics and low level control are often at odds in programming language design. Rust challenges that conflict through balancing powerful technical capacity and a great developer experience. Rust gives you the option to control low level control details, such as memory usage, without all the hassle traditionally associated with such control. So, what they're saying in short is Rust allows you to do low level programming with the developer experience of high level languages. We will discuss more of this with time. For now, we can proceed ahead. We will go down and we will meet with Ferris. So, Ferris is the Rust mascot. And while you are reading the book, you will see that either Ferris is confused, that means your code does not compile, or Ferris panics, that means your code also panics. And lastly, Ferris is not happy, that means your code is not giving the expected output. Now, you should keep this in mind because you will encounter this often while you are reading the book. So that's all about the introduction section. And now we can get started with Rust. And that is also the first chapter. Now, in this Rust series, we will be covering everything that the book has, but we will not be covering them line by line. Rather, we will be referring the book and writing our own code. And meanwhile, you can also follow my blogs and hash note on Rust. And again, these are not the blogs that we will be following line by line. You can only consider them as written notes. That's all. Now let's get started with Rust. And first things first, we have to install Rust. And this is the installation section. And as you can see in Linux or macOS, you can simply execute this command and it will install Rust. And in case of Windows, so you can get started with the installer. So this is the official website to install Rust. And you can get started with a 32-bit or 64-bit installer depending on your system. And I will be installing in WSL. And so I will be getting started with this command. So let's open the VS Code and let's get started with Rust. So in my VS Code, I have WSL running in my terminal and I will simply paste the command that I have copied and I will press enter. And now it is saying that it is downloading the installer. It may take some time, so we have to wait. And yeah, now it is asking proceed with the installation default, customize or cancel. So I will press 1 because I want the default installations and it will start installing Rust. We have to wait for some time and then we will get started. Now that Rust is installed, we will write rust c and you can see that command rust c is not found but can be installed with sudo snap install rustup or so the issue is that we are not able to find rust c. And this is because we simply have to restart the terminal. So I will close the terminal and open once again and I will open WSL and not PowerShell. Now if I write rust c, you can see that I am getting many things and that means rust c works. That means Rust is installed. So now what we will do is we will create one hello world folder to write our hello world program and inside we will write main.rs. So all Rust files will be ending with .rs. And here we will now write our first line of Rust. So I will create one function min and inside I want to print hello world. So print ln exclamation and then hello world and it should also end with a semicolon. Now because Rust is a compiled language, we have to convert it into an executable. So we will write rust c main.rs. And first of all, you will see many files and finally only one file. And this main is the executable file. So if I write main, you will see hello world exclamation. And now let's say if I want to change the text, so from exclamation to only hello world. So now if I execute main once again, you will see that we still have the old text. And that is because we have to compile and create the executable once again. So once again, rust c main.rs. And again, we will have a new executable of the same name, of course. And this time we have the new text. So this is how we can write one Rust program. And it should also start from main, like C or C++. And the way we are executing this, so this is also very similar to C or C++ if you are coming from that background. So yeah, congratulations to all of you. You are now all official Rustaceans. Now, one thing to note here is in this case, we have created one folder, then created one Rust file, and then executed it. I mean, after compiling, of course. But this is not generally how we want to write Rust programs. We want to use one package manager instead, and we have already discussed the package manager in case of Rust is cargo. Now, if I write cargo in the terminal, you will see many things. So cargo, build, check, clean, dock, these are all like commands. But it means that cargo is a valid command. Now to create a new directory in cargo, first of all, we will come back to the Rust folder and we will write cargo new. And let's call the project as hello cargo. This is also what we have in the book. So we can see that there is a new folder called cargo, and inside there is one src, there is also one git ignore file, and many other things. So that means this is one official project you can see, which is something you can use to build larger projects. Now there is also one cargo.toml or toml file. This is something we will discuss later, but we will only focus on the main.rs. So here is another hello world. So now what can we do for this main.rs is the question. So we will get inside the hello cargo first. So hello cargo. And inside, what we can do is to cargo build. Now you will see one directory called target. And inside target, we have a debug. And inside the debug, we have something called hello cargo. And this is our executable. So we will get inside our target, then our debug. And now if we simply execute hello cargo, you can see hello world. And that means that our executable from the main.rs is sitting over here. But this is little bit, I would say, hectic. We have to get inside two folders and then execute. And so we have a much simpler command. So we will come back to the hello cargo repository and we can simply do cargo run. What this will do is it will build the whole project and then it will also run. So in case, let's say we are changing this thing to hello world like the last one. And now if I do cargo run, first of all, as you can see, it's building and then we have hello world. So this is how we can use cargo. Now we can discuss about the anatomy and everything of the Rust programs, but that is something we will do gradually. First of all, you can only remember that like see, it should also start from the main, and that's it. So that's all about the first video on Rust, and from the next video onwards, we will get started using variables and also more Rusty concepts. Now, if you have learned something new in this video, make sure to smash that subscribe button. It's absolutely free, and I'll see you next time.